Somebody know how to rotate this? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, go to the cell.
Give us a second, Baba Kashab, while we getting our logistics together.
You probably out, but see how, I don't know. Rotate and change.
Oh, you gotta go to the settings on YouTube.
Okay.
Let me see.
Give us a second, I can Baba Kashab, Shalom, Shalom, Yahawashim, Shabbat, She wants to join in, tune in.
Yeah, you live, let me see. Sound, let me check.
He didn't get it to me. I don't know if he gave it to me.
Check mine.
Check.
Required. You paid, right?
Yeah, I paid, yeah.
Okay, make sure.
We're live, by the way.
You live, baby.
Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure the sound. Right, everything is slow on the same.
Oh, I like this one. This is good.
Hey, so yeah, you definitely got sound, bro. I see yours. Okay, shalom, shalom. Okay, I see him on the comment board. Got you. Got sound, brothers? You brothers can hear me well? Somebody put up a big 144 if you can hear me. Con, okay, con. All right, yeah, we good, brothers. All right, well, shalom, shalom. We are the brothers of the Great Millstone, a branch here in Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers out there that's doing this work, you know, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever.
That's right.
All right. The 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered among the heathen that look like those heathen, and to the very few Akwaf that are listening and learning. All right. And we just, you know, everything is scripted, and the prophecies are scripted, and it's happening. But you know, Esau's folly is also scripted. All right, and we're gonna give you an example of what we were talking about before we turned on the cameras. We were talking about not general butt naked barbecue.
He is the same person.
Yeah, same demon, right? But you know, and then we saw all the jury. You know, he was rocking his his Masonic symbols and everything, and so we're all very well aware of what happened in Haiti. If you didn't, I'm gonna fill you in. All right, during the pandemic, the president in Haiti, Haiti had no cases of the thing, of the you dig. All right, they had no cases of it, and they mentioned it on the news a few times. It's a miracle. How is this happening? It's everywhere in the world, but it wasn't in Haiti. And the Haitian president said something to the effect that they have special flowers and plants and their own food and healing methods. About 2 weeks later, he and his whole family was dead, and the medicine that he denied all of a sudden ended up in this country, and and this country has been in turmoil ever since. So and then matter of fact, didn't they catch the guys that the 5 people who killed his family or something like that?
No.
I'm trying to remember. It was one of these things when America got cold busted. They did a hit on some political assassination, and I'm pretty sure it might have been him, but they caught the 5 guys. But nevertheless, that sort of thing happens all the time. and so they keep putting out all this propaganda about Haiti and these gangs and stuff, but then you got people over there that are actually fighting to try to put the government back in place, and then you got the puppet government that's trying to be put in place, and you know, and there you go, you have these wars and these proxy wars. Meanwhile, you know, Jake is just being labeled the face of the problem worldwide, and now they're saying, and those same Haitians are coming here and they're eating people. Now, you know, there could be some truth to that, but the fact is that what is true is that people are about to start to be eating people, because you can really have a food crisis, not only in America but worldwide. You know, it's actually going to come. There's a serious crisis. That fire that took place in Texas, that fire, and it's no coincidence that everything that was blue, everything that had a blue roof didn't burn again. You know, again, and they burned millions of acres of land, and it turns out that the land that was being burned, for the most part, was grazing land for cattle. So now you got all this beef, you got all these cows, all right. You're gonna have all these goats and these sheep and chicken that actually have no land for them to graze on. So you're getting ready to come up real short on beef, all right. So there's gonna be a lack of food, you know, and that wasn't done by design. Somebody get 2 Ezra 6:24.
Another thing, Biden actually, in one of his speeches, you know, the man could barely hold on to any information. He actually mentioned, well, if they had the proper roof, they didn't burn up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And then when he noticed what he said, he kind of went past it.
Right,
know?
and then that clip was all over YouTube, not YouTube, but the TikTok.
Yeah.
Right, which is why, and then that's another thing. This whole TikTok madness. It turns out that they're selling all sorts of goods and services on TikTok, and you got American
TikTok shop.
people, right? You got TikTok shop, and you got all sorts of people within the government that have money vested in stock in Amazon and all these other things, and TikTok is killing them.
Plus,
It's not about TikTok being a danger to American society and all that. What it is that it's ruining that, because so many people are shopping TikTok.
it's cheap.
And it's and TikTok is majority owned by Vanguard and BlackRock and the United States company. Only stake from other foreign countries is less than 20%. So it's just false narrative that they're saying. They're saying, oh, it's China, they own it. That's bullshit. But they want to. It's about the money.
Somebody real quick before we read that 2 Ezra 6, I'm gonna get that never trust our enemy, because this man speaks with a forked tongue, man, and it's beyond obvious that what he's doing is he's creating and controlling the narrative.
I got it.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. All right, because then at verse 13, who will pity a charmer that is bitten by a serpent, or any such as come now wild beasts?
Man, so when has America ever told you the truth about anything? All right, and you access to Jake, and they'll all tell you that. So what has so-called white man done good for you? What's done? They have done nothing. They've done killed, rape, murder, lie. You know what I'm saying? So now you're gonna believe something that coming out of their mouth? They're not gonna tell you the truth.
So you got to understand that you first and foremost have an enemy, and then identify who this enemy is.
That's right.
All right. The scriptures in that Psalms 82 tells the prophets, the men of the Lord, to rid my people, rid us, the Israelites, from the hand of the wicked. All right. And the wicked is our enemy. The wicked is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man who's ruling right now is coming up with all this propaganda and this ultimate agenda to establish their NWO. You see, and that's what the whole thing is about, to play God here on earth, when that is an inheritance that's given to us, the Israelites. You see, but they're trying to play the gods on earth and rule it in wickedness. You see, and as soon as they, look like they have reached their ultimate goal, all right, that's when the Lord gonna come lift up that standard.
I have something for you real quick. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
You see, it's in the power of their hand to, have the control over, all media platforms, all right, and control of really everything. Like you were going into, Vanguard and all these different things that own everything else, you know what I'm saying? And it's just really one or two companies, entities that control all the different,
And then the way that they use, propaganda, they media with their wag the dog events.
Exactly.
All right, so like I've been saying for months that those snatchographs were they always showing Jake are staged.
Right.
And you just had two, and I can't remember where they were out of. They were either out of Florida or California, but you just had two Edomites, really rich millionaires. They got snatched up for that, got arrested. And it turns out that what they were doing was they were receiving all this stolen goods that's been taken from stores, and they were selling it online in their online stores, and different lines of makeup and everything. The woman who got arrested, the husband and wife team that got arrested, these multimillionaires, they had a whole slew of people that were working for them that were stealing products so that they could sell it in the online stores, including some high-end makeup where they had 12 different women that were stealing it. Then all of a sudden the resurfacing of these prosthetic masks that these white men are putting on to make them look like so-called black men.
Right.
And I always said it, sometimes some of these crimes and some of these things that they talk about, the stories are weak and don't really pan out and make sense.
Right.
That's right.
All right?
That's right. And it's funny because you mentioned about the fires earlier, and I was I had to pull up this off the TikTok, Instagram, one of them, but is someone following the little Jeep actually setting the fire.
Wow.
But it's more and more stuff like this come out on the social media that expose the narrative.
Some popped up.
But this is just an example.
Wow, he's shooting out sparks, setting the fire, yeah.
Right. And they say this how Texas fire got started. That you never know, because Esau does have the direct energy.
It ain't nothing but a laser. That's all it
I
is.
believe so. Yeah, that was exactly what he was trying to say.
Right. Actually, you can't barely see it.
Some keep coming up on it. Yeah. But I got a scripture for you.
Yeah, bring it out, brother.
This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
That's
Not
okay, right?
where
Hold that. What he was trying to show you was a quad 4-wheeler, and the 4-wheeler had some sort of device on it that was shooting out like sparks, which was starting a fire, and he's starting a fire along tree lines. All right, and you can see that he already had done a couple rows of it, so it's gonna basically burn down, forest and a bunch of acres of land was about to get burned down, and it was doing it at night too. Figure if you were setting a fire because you're trying to refurbish the land, because sometimes they'll burn just
Control burn, yeah.
a control burn. You that's not done at night. That's done during the day. So this was trying to be done under the cover at night. All right. So bring out your scripture, brother Bob.
this is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right. He covered the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? But the point is, I know y'all was going into Esau is ruling right now. So that's why you got all of these unrighteous acts and a lot of this this madness going on right now because the wicked is in control. All right, the people who own these companies. When you go into a lot of these movies, most of the people in these movies, they show you that the companies is who actually own these militaries and these private mercenary companies. All right, they show you that in what's that Avatar. All right, that was a whole company. All right, and they had that wasn't the Earth Force. That was a company that was based off on Earth that sent that had their own guns. They own all of that.
Personnel.
Yeah.
They sent their own their own mercenaries. Right? That wasn't the
They
military.
actually were hiring because they were hiring mercenaries because there was a lot of Marines there.
Kind.
So because on the first one they were bringing in Marines.
Oh, you
They were
kind.
all
They was
former-
bringing in
they were
Marines.
all,
Yeah.
you know, they were bringing in former Marines, and it was
Yeah.
so. But it still was a privately
It was
owned
a
company.
it was a privately owned company. Even in that movie, that other movie, Venom. Alright, the dude was like into medicines and things like that, and he had his own military. All right, and what he do? He used the one dude as collateral damage. He said, your deed shall be taken note of, and lock them in there and let the symbiote get to him. But that's Esau MO, man. You know.
Hey, well, it's funny because now they put that in one of these Nightwing comics. It was a Nightwing comic where Nightwing was narrating in the beginning of the comic, and he was like, this company that used to be a cable company, and they started off like, him too. They started off as a cable company, and they started expanding and buying more different types of companies to the point to where now they even he mocked it, saying now they even have their own superhero team. You know.
Right.
Because it just be E telling on himself. It's really what Viacom, Vanguard, it's a few companies that own things, man. It's the same company.
BlackRock and Vanguard own 90% of all companies in the planet. Between Vanguard and BlackRock alone. Now all you gotta do is go look at their stock portfolio, and they own every motherfucking thing. It's actually illegal, all the stuff that they own, because if you
create a monopoly.
You go into the monopoly rules.
Yeah.
But they break all the rules.
You know, you've seen plenty of examples when they show you that, you know, all the media was owned by 99 different, almost 100 different entities going back like 25, 30 years ago. But now all the mainstream media is owned by literally by 6 companies. And not only that, you know, they're all small hatters. So they have complete control over the narrative, which goes to show you how weak they are because they've lost the narrative. They've lost that. They don't have that false narrative being launched anymore. They're being exposed,
On their own
right?
shit.
Because the world is raising up against Edom. Go ahead, brother.
And another thing, they cutting the internet. The ones the lines going under the sea and stuff, the optic fiber.
Oh, yeah.
Over there in Africa, the internet had went up.
Yeah, they said Hamas did it, or Hamas was threatening to do it, or
The Warriors did it.
you know.
Esau gets so sloppy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's all scripted.
Yeah.
Just like he said, if you have the right color, you know, your house didn't burn down.
That's
You know, when he said
Color roof.
you know, when he gave warning that something would happen to that pipeline before it happened. You had Biden that came out of his own mouth, and then one of his mouthpieces said it as well. Before it happened, and then it happened.
Got precept?
Bring it out, brother.
The book of St. John, chapter 8, and verse 44. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it." And this man, he's just a liar up and down, man. You know, he like all the lies he brings out, it's the lies about that it's really what he's doing. You know, he says that he's the bringer of peace.
He projects. They project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they're the bringers of peace, and they're here to get rid of thievery and like bring equity to the world. But in reality, they're the ones in the background causing all this division, man. Causing all this mayhem.
As they're droning people and sniping people in their own lands.
Yep.
All right, you know, giving them a taste of this democracy.
Yeah, for the profiting of companies.
You know, taste this democracy. Pew pew pew. You know.
They the Wizard of Oz, the guy behind the curtain.
Right. This is Job 5:12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And the beautiful thing is the Lord is putting rules under everything that they do. He's actually, every agreement that they make, every little move that, every couple of steps they take forward, there's steps backwards that are coming along with it. Because the Lord's not going to let them have full reign of their bullshit.
And them being made bare.
That's right.
Right? Hence the reason why they want to shut down this internet. Why they want to, regulate and control everything. All right? Because the crazy thing is that the Lord has put the spirit on many of their own people.
That's right.
So it's not just the men of the Lord. The Lord has literally got a spirit in the earth that's actually making Esau is being made bare.
That's it.
That
He's
is.
being made bare to where, his very own children are ashamed of who they are and what they are.
Yeah.
Complaining of their ungodly fathers.
Hey, Capo, is a seat in here.
I have something for you.
Bring it out, brother.
This Esau's MO, he is the wicked that the Bible speaks of, right? It's Psalm 36:4. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. All right? And I want to grab that in the NLT if I may.
Go ahead, brother.
It say in the NLT, they lie awake at night hatching sinful plots. Their actions are never good. They make no attempt to turn from evil. So this is what they all about.
Matter of fact, now that you're already there in Psalms, get that mischief. They prescribe mischief by law. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what they're about. All right. They take unrighteous decrees and formulate them into law, superseding the law of the land. I say it every week that the Constitution and the Bible are in the way of the NWO. All right, they need to get rid of those two things in order for them to bring it forth, and they're working on it.
Or just like
They're working on it.
in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, the wicked, the ungodly, their mindset is that let our strength be the law of justice. It says, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. So hey, whatever they say, and I made it a point. It was like it reminded me of Chauncey from Menace to Society when he told the white dude, "I don't give a fuck what I said. Don't be coming around here this early." You know what I'm saying? He said, "But you told me to." He said, "I don't give a fuck what I said." You know what I'm saying?
That's Esau.
Yeah. I'm making a new law.
He's the real nigga.
What you said is heavy. He said, "Let our strength be the law of justice," which of course that means they got this guy's law, but also it's saying, what's the saying? The survival of the fittest. Only the strongest survive. That's Esau. And that's the least of Esau. We at the top. Whatever we say goes. That's law.
Yep.
When it's against you, we can switch it up. Like the elder Malcolm always say, they change the goalpost.
Right.
That's their whole thing. That's in Sirach as well.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck if the sky look blue. I say green is green.
That's right. Esau tells you.
Yeah,
that's how they are.
He said that which is feeble is nothing worth.
Exactly. And Sirach tells you the rich doeth wrong and still threaten, and the poor is wrong and still got entreat. So whatever Esau say fucking goes.
Right.
Because they in power. That's their strength.
And that's Darwinism that you was talking about. He who totes the biggest stick. That's what and that's how you know that Esau is who we say he is, man. Because he's talking about a stick is basically like
who was also the one who came up with all the lies to defend all his pedophile friends, man. Right? Candace Owens put him on blast, man, and a couple other people. He came up with all them lies and all that fraud and psychology, really trying to defend, especially when it comes to the PEDOs, all right, trying to protect them and their lifestyles, man.
Can I read this real quick?
Absolutely.
This Micah 2:1, going back to what the Bishop Yaki said, which is Wisdom of Solomon. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beards. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. So they got the power in what they say go. And Job 9:24, earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So what do they devise? Iniquity, evil. And they cover fields and take them by violence. and houses and take them away, so they're oppressing man his house, even a man his heritage. So whatever he wants, he takes it, man. You got resources, you got land, he wants it.
Yeah.
And he can do it because he's in power. And when he says go, and he makes it seem like, oh, I'm a humanitarian, or it's law. I'm doing this out of the. Hey, Satan made himself as an angel of light.
Right. I'm gonna have to send some troops over there and deliver and share some democracy with y'all.
They made a whole they made a whole video game. It's called Hell Divers 2, and that's what it's all about. You're going to these other planets, and the natural inhabitants of these planets, they're the enemy. Because they're stopping you from taking their shit. And they said basically going to spread democracy. That's the whole thing.
Damn.
They literally say democracy.
It say the whole theme is democracy.
Get this democracy.
Yeah. Hey, he said, how about a cup of democracy?
Yeah.
You throw a grenade.
No, a cup of liberty.
A cup of liberty.
liberty.
And then he'll throw the grenade and the shit'll blow up.
Yeah.
Hey, but a lot of people been showing on the game lately, like it's been little hidden shit in it, like the automatons, right? They said, look, we just want to live in peace. Even it say even when we conquer you, because we will win, but we won't enslave you, we won't destroy your homes like you did us. We just want to live in peace. So they shoot little, like the game is crazy. It's literally like you at war. So they sent the message out, but if you wasn't on the game, you ain't catch the message. But that's basically what it is. But their whole thing is democracy. So in some of these missions, you go in and steal the resources.
And you bringing them some democracy.
And you bringing them democracy. Hey, look, you gotta launch nukes. You gotta blow up they motherfucker. Look, it's serious.
Yeah.
It's serious. You getting nuke codes, but the main mission is the recon. So you out there reconning, and you one mission is where you gotta go get the ore. So you send a mission out, you go locate it, and then the shit comes. So really the only thing you really there to do is to take the resources from the planet.
They covered fields, man, and take them by violence.
And if Esau could, that's why they got the whole Elon Musk and his whole SpaceX bullshit. Because what they really want to do is go and subdue the universe and the resources. If they could, they would just take over. They want to be as if they're God. Yeah. They want to go ahead on it and populate their madness and their dis-ease to every and their philosophies, their wicked philosophies, to every landmass and a planetary body across the globe and the planet and universe, if they could.
You know what? The Lord gave them an impossible task.
Perfect.
Right? They can't even measure the heavens. They can't even measure the sea.
Right.
And the closest thing they're gonna get to leaving Leo, that's lower Earth atmosphere. Mm-hmm. All right. The closest they're gonna get to that is the Star Wars series.
Yes.
All right. That's about it. Right. They can watch it. They can go back and watch some Star Trek. That's the closest you're gonna get to going to another universe, and that's
light years away and all that other shit.
Right.
Because
just like the whole, look, most of the world know that you never went to the moon. They still trying to push that lie.
Right.
You know, it's a joke. And so the Indians said, "Fuck it, we gonna tell a lie too."
Right.
You see the fake?
Yeah. So India had a fake moon landing too.
That shit was terrible. They should.
Well, at least they didn't have the nerve to have somebody call and the president pick up the phone, the landline
on the landline.
The 1969 landline.
Right.
And he talking to Buzz Lightyear now. Fuck out of here, man.
Another thing on this space shit, right? See, Esau call it space, but a lot of those pictures are it's been coming out. There's been artists that's been drawing all those pictures.
And sometimes
it
was also
right.
It was photographers who took different pictures in different deserts and played
Upside
with the lenses, sideways, upside down, kind of weird.
Right.
And so a lot of artists has come forward and showing you that these are my pictures.
These are just pictures. That's it. They edited.
So yeah, that's another thing. And then the biggest thing was that they had the suit that Buzz supposedly wore, all right, and they had his boot, in the suit. And then they have the famous footprint, and they don't even match.
That's
right.
Yeah. That's the one they got.
the boot on his foot and the footprint are not even the same, man.
But then you go to the planetarium downtown, they got some of those artifacts. The shit, it all looks like it's fake, and then it tells you that it's a studio in there. You know,
Well, you gotta ask yourself, if you've never been to this place, how are you prepared to dress properly? How do you know you need booster
How do you-
weight this amount?
How do you know?
all of this?
Right.
And there's a
camera
skit.
angle.
There's a skit I see it on TikTok and Instagram with a kid. You know, the question I always ask: the kid in the classroom asked the teacher, you know, well, who drove the van?
Right.
Right.
You know?
Who took the pictures?
Yeah, he was like, who was shooting that?
How did the camera beat the motherfucker?
Right, yeah, they beat the damn
So that was my.
brain, you know?
Hey, I asked that question when I was a kid. It's like, well, you know, hey, look, this dude, somebody was there taking a picture, a profile picture.
They're like, I'm gonna meet you there.
And so they had, you know, watch it come down. They had to get there first.
Right.
Right.
Hey, the scripture.
So that was a hell of a driving.
Plus the scriptures say that the heaven is the Lord's throne and the earth is his footstool, right? Hey, that's not space, man. That's the heavens, man. That's not. Hey, look, this is an enclosed, like Bill Einstein science
Bill
guy
Nye,
came
science
out.
guy.
He said, man, the earth is a closed system, man. Hey, the scriptures tell you that that the Lord divided with the waters from the waters. All right, so that's it's water up there. All right, so what's enclosing us in this is what Esau called the atmosphere, but basically it's the firmament. All right, hey, look, ain't nobody going through there unless the Lord wants you to go through there.
They got
Or
a
you-
in the NASA's NASA has a book, you know, that's standard use for all their people that are astronauts and stuff.
Yeah.
And in that book, you know, I forget the name of the guy. Someone can get on one of them fancy phones and look it up. But Van Allen, you can look up Van Allen and what he did. Somebody can find it real quick. And what Van Allen did was he took balloons and he let the weather balloons or whatever you call them go heavy up into the atmosphere, and he figured out how to make them so light where they just keep going. And then when they came back down, and basically he did the experiment on it, and they were all full of radiation. And Van Allen, that's how they end up naming it the Van Allen belt, because he's the one that discovered it, and that's still a part of NASA training to this day. All right, and the Van Allen belt, it pretty much breaks down to the fact that no human could go through the Van Allen belt. Man can't do it.
And
So
there's
that's
no-
why it says we have to be changed.
That's right.
So when we go up, when we get on those, the chariots go back and forth through the Van Allen belt
All the time.
all the time. And that's why and so it all makes sense when you put two and two together. And it says she will be changed in a moment, because your flesh, somebody can grab that too. We got a lot of scriptures the brothers should be holding. But
The First Corinthians.
but you know, you already holding Jeremiah.
I get it.
But you know, human, according to their own science, they can't do it. Now all of a sudden you can.
Right. And
Right.
then you know, knowing that the moon is a light, all right. There is no fabric or piece of material that is pure 100% flame.
Matter of fact, get that scripture. There's a light by day and a light by night.
Genesis.
That is fireproof. The only thing the most that Esau has created is flame retardant materials that can subdue, that you can be in a fireman can put this
So
flame
long.
retardant on, and as long as they're not in there for so much XYZ amount of time, they can be safe. But there's no fireproof item,
No.
so you can't land on a
I
rock
can't put
that's-
my hand on this light bulb.
Come on, brother.
There's a light bulb behind me. If I grab this light bulb, it's gonna cook my skin. It's gonna burn my fingertips. All right. So how you gonna land on a gigantic moon?
Right.
There's light.
It's like a cold, you know, cold. When you got fire, when you got coals and you light coals, when coals get hot, how do you know it's ready for to cook on? They turn white.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And they
So,
talking about the dark side of the moon. There is it's the reflection and the lack of light that makes it dark.
you can still
It's
see
not
the-
that it's dark on one side and light on one
No,
side.
it's
You know.
the Lord look, I ain't gonna tell the story, it's a long story. But you have a thing called invisible light. The moon goes through cycles because that's the wisdom of the Lord. So when it goes through its cycles, The whole moon is lit, but the light becomes dimmer. It's an invisible light. Like your phone, it goes back to E equals MC squared. Everything has energy. Your phone, that table, this couch, all really has a light to it. You just can't see it. That's where colors come from. Colors is really
The light
it's just reflecting light. Colors really is it's bugged out. You can't explain it. It's not there. It's a light reflection.
Like this.
Prism.
Yeah, you touch your right.
Go up.
Good example, Shikari. Good example.
You go up and then you can take it down.
You can
like
turn
that.
your illumination all the way down, but it's still a light.
And
But you still can see.
Yeah.
And it's
Mine
a
is still
physical
going
light.
through that too from the back. And they actually showed that was actually something they had at the planetarium too. They showed that it was like a little screen where you could see whatever held energy, it was still emitting light. Like my phone was black like this, but you can see it still emitting light through my pocket.
Yeah, and some things can pick up on that light better than others. Our eyes, as humans, we can't see that light because it's lesser. But you got like infrared, different levels of infrared lights that you can't see with the natural eye.
Yeah,
but
like
it's
when they use
light.
that black light and see blood spats and stuff. You know, when they doing forensic.
And actually, that moon cycle really proves that the sun isn't reflecting off the moon, because why would the new moon exist? The moon is still going around the earth. It's not an eclipse. The moon is still in the same spot it would normally be in. The sun is still doing its circuits. Why every month there's a new moon? All right, because that's the way the Lord set up. The light decreases. Look, it tells you. It decreases. It don't say that. It don't say the sun. Right. That's right. The sun moves so it don't reflect the same. No, the light simply decreases. Like Shakari's showing his phone, he turned the brightness down.
It
There
comes
it
in
is.
and goes out. Right.
The water. You explained it a lot better.
It's cold.
But that's what I was trying to say.
I was watching some shit on
and
Netflix.
that's heavy.
Yes.
That's heavy.
And the Most High has not gave us all the mysteries, okay? There's some mysteries we won't get until we get into the kingdom, and then there's certain this eternity, like the Apostle Gabar told me last week. You're gonna always be learning something every day, even in the kingdom. We're gonna be learning. This is why YAHAWASHI's name is I'm becoming what I'm becoming. This is a process of growing. We're not gonna stop growing and learning ever. All right, and there's so much more to learn. Man, layers and layers and learn. You're right.
Job 11:6, and that he will show thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is.
Say it again.
So what? And that he will show thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. So once you reach another level, there's something else to learn. We ain't the Most High.
That's right.
Even Yahweh don't know when he's coming.
That's right.
All right, he don't know what the specific time he's coming.
Keep waiting.
It says the Lord knows that. Yahweh knows that.
That's right.
So we ain't on Yahweh Shai level. All right, we one with him, but we ain't Yahweh Shai, you know?
Right.
So that stuff we don't know. There's going to be stuff that we going to be,
Always
we still in all, like it said in
He's
Genesis.
gonna restore our memories.
Hey,
Yeah.
we won't have to teach Israel the entrance on how to get to the kingdom. Everything else, as far as the hidden manna, it talks about the hidden manna. It's like you said, it's going to be secrets that are going to be revealed. But as far as when it goes into teaching Israel, we're not going to have to teach Israel. Nigga, you know you're not supposed to be eating pork. It's going to be natural. You know you're supposed to grow your beard. You know she's not supposed to be a whore. But as far as
The law is gonna be in our inward parts.
Right, but yeah.
So we're gonna know all that. But can I read the scripture real quick? This is Psalms 104 and 2, and it says, "Who covers thyself with light as with the garment, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain." So the Lord, so the heavens is constantly going. It's no growing. It's no way that they can
They can't measure it.
exactly.
And man just figured this out.
They just figured that
Just in the recent decades, man figured out, the universe is still growing.
Right.
Bitch, the Bible been told us that. So now we just believe everything else you're saying. Oh, the light reflection and all this.
5.9 trillion miles away, and then there's a glimmer from a black hole that
Right.
is pulling out shit out of your ass.
And then another reason why you know that they haven't gone outside into outer space, when you saw science, it's always trial and error, but it's really just error. Somebody would have came back and it would have been like some type of disease, or they would have died immediately if they were even able to do those things, which, you know, scientifically.
Why they didn't get back to the moon?
Did anybody look up my man's name? I mean, what's his
looked
name?
it up.
Van Allen, yeah, I got it.
They might have removed it.
Yeah.
We've used it before, so you know how they get.
Well,
Van Allen.
yeah, they said that NASA did some bullshit, but I got the rest of it. It says
Here's another thing. Why
the
they-
first.
No, go ahead.
The first to show that
Oh,
Jupiter.
they discredit him now? They don't
Yeah.
use him no more?
They kind of go against it. Like they try to say that it was.
Wow. And that was
Yeah,
in
they
that.
started doing that.
And that right, but that
That's
was
just
a
that-
part of their.
That's just the
Wow,
how
and they didn't do that until after we brought.
Oh, yeah, it was after we
Hey,
brought it up.
even with the oceans, right? Because the Lord gave Esau two things. If you can search out the heavens,
I asked for that scripture.
God.
Who got it?
Who got
Jeremiah 31.
Yeah.
God, it said, or search out the deep.
Depths.
Yeah.
Alright, now it was a scientist. Alright, this said the Lord's so cold. It's a scientist who found the
30,
lake
31,
under the water. So under the ocean. So he
32.
came under the ocean. Then he said, "Oh, I seen like a ripple in the shoreline, and there was another ocean under the water." And he said when they tried to go down into the other, he said it was like they couldn't get through it.
It just shows you that in those latest Meg movies.
Yeah.
It was Leviathan swimming in that ocean.
Right.
They just showed you that in those both those Meg movies.
See, the Most High
It's
is
another
so,
ocean under the ocean.
Yeah, it's another right.
it's so cold. Most High is so cold blooded. He has two different bodies of water that can't
Don't
mix.
mix.
There's
Even though they're right there together.
right desalinate or whatever the line is where one
Salt and fresh
one's
won't
not
mix.
much salt and one is fresh water, and that they can't mix. And so who's to say that the Lord can't do that vertically underneath as well?
Yeah, exactly.
All right? As a matter of fact, Esau hasn't even explored all the landmass above the earth, let alone the oceans underneath, let alone the caves. There's been rumored to have a whole ecosystems and life and so forth underground. And we as in the flesh, we don't have the technology and the wherewithal that Esau has. But even then, we haven't even explored all the caves and the life underground. The Lord said there's no end of the people. All the so-called dinosaurs, the dodo, and all these so-called extinct shit, they're not extinct. The Most High said there's no end of the people. I mean, they're here somewhere.
He got them hid.
The Most High has kept them hid.
Yeah, and then they always talk about how the earth, the oceans is so much bigger than what we think, and there's a lot of ginormous islands that aren't even charted.
That's
Right.
That they're not put on the map. So there's islands and stuff, and that's like the imaginary Skull Island. It's like, well, damn, is there really some place like this where shit is?
Right.
And that's what it leads me to believe.
Well, you got lakes underwater. Like you have lakes underwater. Like
We just talked about yeah.
Well, I heard you say the separated part. I ain't hear the underwater part.
Ocean under the ocean.
It's
a whole different body of water. But
Mexico,
let me read this real quick. This is Jeremiah 31, and I want you to read that article, brother. This is Jeremiah 31 and 35, and it reads, "Thus saith Yahawah, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of a moon, and of the stars for a light by night, which divided the sea, and the waves thereof roar." Right. So remember, you divided the seas don't mix, and where the freshwater rivers meet the oceans, they don't mix.
Right.
All right. And it says, and Yahawah of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahawah, then the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me forever. All right. So because the moon is up right now, and the sun was out earlier, so Israel is still here.
That's it. Straight
All right.
That's the beautiful part of having seen the sun and the moon. The covenant is still with Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I got the Genesis.
Let me read 37. It says, Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off the seed of Israel for all they have done, saith Yahweh. So hold on, because Van Allen, that's what he was actually trying to do, measure the heavens, and learn that this is a closed system, and we can't go past there.
That's right.
And then they try to discredit it, but now they saying something different again.
Well, they said that they had to move fast to get through it.
So the slow ass tin can from 1969 is moving faster than the rockets that they have today. Think about it like this, man. All right. Now, were cars more sound in the 60s and the early 70s? Absolutely. Those cars, to me, those cars are better than a lot of the newer cars.
They
But
are better. Yeah.
but the technology in them don't match up to the technology today, right? And you're not going to drive a 69 Camaro cross country back and forth
That's why they do LS.
as you will a damn Toyota. So you mean to tell me that with better technology, lighter material, faster material, more efficient material, you were never able to recreate it?
Absolutely.
All right. And so if you once you do, that's how you know science means to know.
That's right.
So if you did something
You
to
know how to
get
do it
somewhere,
again.
you know how to do it. And then you can't. How the fuck did
You
you?
can
Where did you get
replicate
the
it.
fuel to come back? How'd you even launch to come? Get the fuck out!
Right, you
People
did all this
stupid.
extra shit to launch out
Extra stupid fucking Americans and Edomites, man.
to launch out of the Earth's atmosphere. You need all this extra shit. Then boost once you reach a certain level.
Right.
And
Are
then
you
they
telling
boost
me?
to fall back down to the ground.
Right.
Right.
You gotta remember the heavens is like moving through water. So you need even more
Power to get back.
to get through that than you would to leave the earth.
Take
You
more
go-
energy
because
to
you going
move
through the
water.
water.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then where your booster rockets to get you back here?
Then they don't even know what type of water it is. That's probably some whole other shit.
Yeah, you done left your booster rocket. So how did they launch to get back off the moon?
That's a one-way
You
trip.
dumbass people.
Right, one-way trip.
That's a one-way trip, right?
See, but Esau based on people being just dumb and just hearing whatever the narrative is and following it. That's why they call you sheeple. Esau calls you sheeple.
Well,
All right.
and then they have the movie, so now you're hoping in Jeff Bloomberg and Will Smith and my man that said, "Well,
Chose my
shit."
shit.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and they can do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what? Hey, what?
That's it.
Hey, y'all. Where Esau ever go and never set up shop?
Exactly.
Yo,
They got the moon rocks for sale.
you know what I'm saying?
You know they already sold the biggest part of the moon for to
Right, they would have capitalized on
You
this.
saw the movies when they had advertisements on the moon.
You saw it in the
They would've
Hancock.
sold- hold on.
So like, go ahead.
They would have in several movies they already sold advertisements and showed advertisements on the moon. If they would have went up there and had the
Niggas
ability
been
to,
living in there.
you would have seen McDonald's on the moon. You would have seen
Oh,
Burger King on the moon. And they would have been sold it to the highest bidder. Oh man.
And they even had like some
Taco Hell. Oh Lord.
So like they had some type of military advantage because they got some type of weapon on the moon they could just shoot down on.
Well, they show you
Oh, yeah.
that. They show you that in Independence Day. When they got the alien technology, what the first thing they did? They set up the Earth defense system, and the biggest gun they put on the fucking moon. So you telling me y'all ain't been to the moon? Y'all ain't put no guns up there?
You ain't take your sword.
You ain't
up
take
there?
your sword up there?
Back in decades.
Hey, look. We're not ignorant of Satan devices. That shit is a thing to make people think, hey, that whole them selling you on space is really them selling you on aliens.
Just like selling you on this trillion years ago.
Right.
5 million. How the movie was starting, it'll say 5 million years ago.
5 billion.
Also, let's put
million
people on the
BC.
scale. Like millions of years ago, long, dark, and all that shit. To put people on that scale. And shit.
Yeah, well, you know, and I've actually seen when they proved that the technology that they use, the carbon dating, it can be completely fabricated.
It's only accurate up to 12,000 to 15,000 years.
So they'll take
That's
like
all
they'll just pick
how
up
the
two
Earth
random
is.
rocks, right, and measure them. And one rock was 10,000 years ago, and the other one was 100,000 years ago, all right. And
Same
then they
rock.
reveal that they broke the rocks from the same bigger rock.
What the fuck?
Exactly. So
Right.
you know, just like DNA can be falsified and played with. So you can't. So these people, you know, the 2 Timothy 2:15 or 2 Timothy, right? Because you can't trust in their pseudoscience, man.
Yeah, it's a bitch right now. I think it's Utah. I forget the state, but I believe it's Utah. And a whole bunch of cases is coming out that they was fucking with the DNA. It's not real. It's not accurate like that, man. This shit's happening right now. She was like, she worked with the police department. I think it's Utah.
Damn, and they was getting people caught up, and they was fucking with the DNA. So yeah, and they even told you in the Martin episode, said I got a friend make one of them DNA tests come out any way you want. The little DJ dude.
Right.
Great. I got that 2 Timothy. It's 2 Timothy 2:16. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness.
Wow.
More
Right.
profane.
What version was that?
No, this the regular version.
Oh, you look. I know what you're looking for.
Go ahead, brother. I like that. I like that one though.
It's 1 Timothy chapter
It's
6.
1 Timothy, so it's in
Okay, yeah. Second
Colorado.
Gun. That's a cut though.
Yeah, 6:20. It's 1 Timothy 6
That
and 20.
was 2 Timothy what?
2 and 16.
2 and 16.
I got it at the NLT too.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
I said I had to check.
It's 1 Timothy 6 and 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babbling and oppositions of science, falsely so called.
So Timothy warned us that in the future, you know,
bullshit.
that they would be on bullshit, that they would actually try to use pseudoscience, fake science, to try to supersede or get around the prophecies in the scriptures and get around real science.
Right.
Science simply means to know. All right, if I take off my ring and drop it, it falls to the floor and it's gonna cling. All right,
Simple.
and it's silver, so it's gonna make a very distinct sound. All right, and what that's telling you, what that's telling you is that's proving to you that gravity works. We know that that's an actual true science because we know it. All right, if you jump in the air, guess what? You coming back down. You better have your feet
What
under
goes
you.
up must come down.
So that's gravity works. That's true science. When you start talking about the square root of some shit to the millennium of the seventh degree of the science, and then you come back with some amazing shit. All right, you just made up some shit, man.
This is from the second, right? This is second Edges 4 and 5. And I said, tell on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weight of the fire, or measure me the blast of the wind, or call me again the day that is past.
Right.
Then answered I and said, what man is able to do that? That thou shouldest ask such things of me? It's impossible, Lord.
You can't even recall what you did yesterday.
Right. So now, if this is a conversation between the Lord and Nedris, and of course the Lord is asking him some impossible questions, but just the way he even responded is no man will be able to do that. That means you too, Esau.
That's not how Esau thinks.
Yeah, no, because if you go Google the way to fire, he's going to say, well, it's approximately, which it tells you right now he doesn't know.
Shit.
The word approximate means I'm guessing. All right? And there's no such thing as an educated guess. You guessing your motherfucking
We just
guessing.
talking about this.
All right? All right? And he said, what man is able to do that thou shouldest ask such things of me? And he said to me, if I should ask thee how great dwellings are in the midst of the sea, or how many springs are in the beginning of the deep, or how many springs are above the firmament, or what are the outgoings of paradise? See, Esau will sit there and try to give you all those answers to pontificate and to manipulate.
Instead of saying, I don't know.
Exactly, because he can't be honest with you. He wants to be as if he's God. So he's going to give you a formula. Matter of fact, I've seen this shit. I watch this. What is the weight of fire? And he's going to try to give it to you. Watch it.
So, since air weighs about 1.3 kilograms per cubic
Since.
fire weighs about 0.3 kilograms per cubic meter.
So
Right,
it says
a complete guess.
right. It's right. It
says since.
Air weighs about 1.3. You're guessing.
So air weighs about.
How could you weigh something?
So you can put air on the fucking scale,
man.
So how do you zero the scale?
I was thinking.
That shit crazy. And it's crazy when you.
That's a straight hustle right there. Every day you hustle.
This actually is.
Wait. 1 pound of ordinary fire.
Oh my
Ordinary fire.
Ordinary fire versus unordinary fire. Wait a minute. They get
So what's the difference between ordinary fire and
The wild one is heavy.
Hey, cocaine is
The reason why fire always goes upward is that the density is lower than the air. So therefore, you sons of bitches, man, I cannot wait till the Most High destroys these bastards, because all they're gonna do is keep on giving you another pseudo answer.
That shit boils down. And what's crazy is this the spirit, because me and Benji we just talking about this yesterday. Because you know, I used to be bugged out in the science. I used to look up the quantum mechanics. I used to read up in this shit. And Esau will give you all these theories on quantum entanglement and all this, and really they don't know nothing. Right. It's just a bunch of little ass kids making guesses about what the fuck they think it is. Look, these motherfuckers said, right, these motherfuckers said a blue star burns hotter than a red star.
And ain't been to no star.
How the fuck you, right? You ain't been to a white star, a blue star, a red star, a green
of it
star.
is faster than the other one, and the only way that can happen is to reflect the reaction of this.
Well, I have an antithesis to your thesis. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and what they do is
best. All right, that's
right.
Yep.
So what they do is like white light, right? It's something called white light. It's basically colors that they can't perceive because they shoot the shit out, and that's how they know certain things, certain elements because it come back on a periodic table as a certain color. Instead of them saying, "Look, we don't know what the fuck it is," they would say it's white light. They would call it what they right.
No, that's the only
Right.
that's God.
Right.
So they do have a lot of. See, the Lord has given them a lot of knowledge because knowledge shall increase at the end. But this also make Esau proud. It says his wisdom has deceived him. So it talks about who can bring forth the image of a sound and second nature. That was one of those things. But Esau comes. The Lord gave him technology to have sonar. You know, so they can get us like a like image of certain sounds. You know, right? So
Go out, comes back, right?
So to them, okay, we got this. They can't say, well, we don't know this answer because we got this, we don't know that. No, they got to say we know everything now.
Yep.
You know.
See, that's part of the trick.
You know what? Now that you said that, this is a good time for you to bring out that article. So let's hear the folly and see what we can destroy with the scriptures when they come out with that folly. Go ahead and read it, brother.
NASA's via the brother
and this is NASA's website, right?
Yeah, NASA's Van Allen NASA.gov. NASA's Van Allen probes reveal a new radiation belt around Earth. It says from Washington, NASA.
So this is separate from the Van Allen.
Yep.
So there's a new radiation.
It's another one. The third layer.
Okay, all right.
It says NASA's Van Allen probe's mission has discovered a previously unknown third radiation belt around Earth, revealing the existence of unexpected structures and processes within these hazardous regions of space. Previous observations of Earth's Van Allen belts have long documented two distinct regions of trapped radiation surrounding our planet. Particle detection instruments aboard the twin Van Allen probes, launched August 30th, quickly revealed to scientists the existence of this new transient third radiation belt. The belts named for their discoverer, James Van Allen, are critical regions for modern society, which is dependent on many space-based technologies. The Van Allen belts are affected by solar storms and space weather and can swell dramatically. When this occurs, they can pose dangers to communications and GPS satellites, as well as humans in space.
Now it makes obvious, as well as humans in space. So you can't go. And then secondly, what I just heard is this is what they're gonna use when they lose communications. It was one of these fucking storms. That's why they did this. And, all right, so you when you listen, Esau just tells on himself.
Goes back.
You really have to listen to him. He
sets himself up.
He tells on himself.
Yeah.
All right, and then it also proves too that now you got a third layer, all right, which explains why they can't leave Leo. They can't go beyond lower Earth orbit because what they do when they can get just out of the Earth's gravitational pull. That's why you got all the space trash.
Right.
All right, because it's just out of the gravitational pull, and every now and then something gets caught in the pull.
Comes back into the descent.
Then it comes crashing down and tears some shit up out in the middle of nowhere. All right, but it won't go. It won't go out further.
Won't further. Right.
The Lord won't allow it because it can't pass these now triple radiation.
When the Lord said He may put bounds that they cannot pass.
Right.
These are the bounds of the Lord.
Right.
I got a precept real quick.
Bring it out, brother.
This Psalm 64:8 what you quoted. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
Yeah, that's exactly what he just did when he said when they will interrupt or destroy communications, and then humans can't travel through it. All right. So what's all this going back and forth? You know, and how much? And matter of fact, you know, all it would take is for someone to take the so-called soup that they have and put it to the radiation test.
That's right.
And, you know, exactly, because I'm willing to bet everything that I am that soup wouldn't survive it.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, they said the Van Allen is stronger than the X-ray machines. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
and you gotta wear a suit like some lead
You gotta
shit.
wear a lead thing for them to take an X-ray.
Yeah.
So if that's stronger, how are you getting out of there, man?
You're not.
And it's stronger.
That'll mean that you have to have some heavy ass material. Either the spaceship or your suit have to be heavy as hell.
And
And they won't be able to.
They wouldn't be able
So how you
to.
gonna
Couldn't get out the
prepare
launch pad. Couldn't get out the launch pad.
And
Right.
we all know that NASA made majority of all their shit out of aluminum because that's the lightest metal, and so and they don't have a metal that's strong enough and light enough to thwart the radiation and light enough to propel itself out of the atmosphere.
Vibranium.
Oh, come on, man. They're waiting on Tony Stark.
They need the vibranium.
They don't keep those.
Now, when you, I don't know if anybody know about DuckDuckGo. You'll find better information on it. 'Cause yeah, so DuckDuckGo. It says, are there any risks for humans passing through the Van Allen radiation belts? There are mainly two types of radiation risk to humans. First, what we call dermatistic effects, which can be long-term low-level or short-term high radiation exposure. They result in disruption to the central nervous system, suppression of that word, hematopoiesis and bone marrow, cataracts and other vision impairments, and acute radiation sickness, which would be a significant risk on extraventricular activities, where they say EVAs or spacewalks. Basically, they're saying they can't even do that. Secondly, there are static effects, which are normal, though as of an increased chance of cancer, especially in the case of static effects. Heavier particles present greater risk of impact on human biology because those heavier particles have a greater ionization over a short distance. It says, but it's not necessarily the Van Allen belt that pose the greatest risk to humans, but indeed, especially in the inner belt, there are in some risks that basically they saying they can't even get close to the first one. The first one they can't get close to the inner belts, not even the Van Allen belt. For one, they can't do spacewalks because they get cancer. That all the spacewalks is bullshit because the particles that's passing through the radiation goes through the fucking, like y'all was just saying, it goes through the suits. They can't get close to it. So all of the spacewalks, they ain't doing no spacewalks. They ain't doing none of that because they get cancer. It'll shut their nervous system down. They get acute radiation sickness. It'll hit them in their bone marrow.
Deuteronomy 33.
Hey, that's why the scriptures say the Salakia, Deuteronomy
No, I was just gonna call for somebody else to read it right after you're done. Because they caught lying again.
Because that's why the scriptures say the celestial body has a glory and the terrestrial body has another glory. That's why you can see the angels. You see them passing back and forth through it with no problem. And for one, it's the Lord's technology. That shit don't affect their bodies. They don't have.
Well, angels are
right. They fire. Right. Radiation ain't nothing but energy. Right. So
they'll make his ministers the spirits of fire.
Right. So that it don't affect them. You know what I'm saying? But these human bodies, they can't. They not built for that shit, man.
No. That's why we got to be changed.
Yeah.
We will not be able to go up. You know. Pops has brought it out many a times. You know, Pops, you want to explain it? The G-force in fighter jets.
Right.
Versus the maneuvers that the chariots do.
Structurally, Esau's technology can't do it. And that's why the F-18 pilots were so fucking flabbergasted when they started watching the little fucking TikTok doing what it was doing and stopping on the dime and taking off 6,000 miles per hour.
The G-force.
The G-force. It'll rip it apart, man. It's not designed like that. Like you said, you got UL steel that's got certain grades on it and heat treated certain ways. You know, they build it up the same way you would a samurai sword. You put steel in a certain heat, and then you put more carbon in it, and so on and so on and so on.
And heat, it
but
make it strong.
We don't watch the Chariot pull up to the fucking sun and say, "Fill me up."
Right.
Pull up right next to them, motherfucker.
Pull up right up to it. Pull up right to it, and full service. Fill it up,
and then,
or wipe the windows too.
And then the particles that's in the atmosphere, all right, it's friction, all right?
Yeah.
So the little particles, Esau don't have, it's like sandpaper. Esau don't have a material that can go that fast without the particles in the atmosphere destroying it.
You can feel that on even a lightweight test, just driving your car down the road. Put your hand out the window. You'll feel that drag on it. Now, that's at what, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour? When you start talking about tens of thousands of motherfucking miles per hour, like they shot this rocket up and they were doing high-speed filming.
It was actually moving at 10,000 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I believe this rocket was.
Yeah.
And I know what you talking when the Chariot was.
Yeah, when the Chariot.
And the Chariot,
And it kept firing out like a little light at it.
And that motherfucker took off.
Yeah, then it took off like 10 times faster than the rocket.
The missile.
The rocket just fizzled out and
They
got
say
the rocket is doing one thing, the Chariot is playing games with it, and then when they fucked around out here in the desert and whatnot, was trying to catch this rocket taking off and had that under high speed film as well. They caught it. I mean, they didn't even see it by the naked eye. Obviously, they out there observing this rocket take off. So everybody's eyes was on it, but they didn't even see the Chariot that had jumped through the frame until they went back.
It was moving too fast.
It was moving absolutely too fast. And when they looked at the fucking amount of time,
they were looking.
They slowed. When they went back and did it at high speed, they could see the motherfucker jumped over. They looked at this. They were like, "Well, that motherfucker just came through the frame at like 30-something thousand miles an hour."
It came that fast to where they didn't even see it.
They didn't see it.
This is Job 13:4, and it reads, "But ye are forgers of lies. You are all physicians of no value. Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and it should be your wisdom." But they won't. They gonna keep running their mouths and saying some stupid shit. It says, "Hear now my reasoning and hearken to the pleading of my lips. Will you speak wickedly of God and talk deceitfully for him?" And that's exactly what Edom does all the time with all his pseudoscience. All right. I mean, you walk into Walgreens, you walk into to Jewels and some of the CVS's, and they're asking you to know to take this thing in your body and take that thing in your body. You can't even walk in there. All right. And you know, and those things that we're talking about, it's been proven that they've been detrimental to people's health. They haven't helped them. All right. Last time I took one of them things was 30-something years ago, and I got sick right after I took it. I never took another one.
I heard that.
All right.
Watch out for that thing.
Yeah.
I got something for you.
For that seasonal thing that comes around.
I got something behind you.
Listening to them damn Edomites at work.
Right.
Well, we all should go.
Man, fuck y'all. Go ahead, Star.
This Micah chapter 6, verse 12. For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth.
But they delight in that. That's what they love. Like Benji was saying, this is this man's MO, and he loves telling it because I want to be God, so I got to have all the answers. Right. And he delight in having you believe that he's God. Right. So this is Sirach 9:12. Delight not in the thing.
Oh, Salaki. I gotta say something. Don't forget Salaki.
Go ahead.
It's the Habakkuk the 2nd chapter. They talk about his wine. His wine is what his philosophies, man.
That's right.
Which the main points of it, of course, is democracy and the U.S. dollar. But he pushes what? He tells you what's moral. Why does he have authority to go? These countries, these nations had their way of life for thousands of years. All right. Why is this man able to go and change what you believed and your forefathers believed? Because you look at him as God. Because he came up with answers that you didn't have. Even though they're not real, But he give you a truth mixed with lies. He give you some truth shit. Or he was able to do this miracle. He's able to give you some sonar technology. He's able to tell you the wind is going 80 miles per hour.
Right.
All right? But then, right. So your ancestors weren't able to know all this, but then he comes with these lies. So look, now the world believes in evolution. The world believes in that. When you read the Bible, a nation had their national gods. Even though they was off, every nation had their national god. We the Ammonites, we got the god of Ammon. Esau came in, unified everything.
Yeah.
That's his line. That's this whole. That's a big part of the whole
Tower of Babel.
And one of the things he used to push that was Christianity.
Yeah.
He used Christianity to help push false science.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Because I always tell you, he made Ham, Shem, and Japheth a Negroid, a Mongoloid, and a Caucasoid.
Yeah.
He joined them together. All right? That's what this man did.
So it's spiritual. I got some real quick just to hit the point. This Revelation 17 and 17, this the Most High's will. For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. So the Most High join all their minds to this man.
Yeah,
it's his time.
It's the 10 toes. They should deal with the sons of men, but it won't mingle.
Right.
So, which of course that's going to the heavy debt, but also when we talk about the sons of men, it's talking about regular humans. So Esau and having this control and this alliance with these regular heathens, that shit ain't meant to last. That's why we see them turn on this devil now, man. That's right. They started to realize this shit is bullshit. El Salvador talking about your way ain't working, man.
That's right.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Because the Northern Kingdom, they got their head up Esau ass, man.
Collectively, they do.
Up to the fucking shoulders.
That's they got the sect of them that ain't fucking with Esau like that. Right. But collectively, you're right. They still they and the funny thing is they got a love-hate relationship with him because a lot of them hate Esau, but they still look up to him though. Because they hate. It's bugged out. It's really bugged out.
Sirach 9:12. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. But remember, they shall not go unpunished until their grave. So they done told all these lies and got everybody to fall up under their fucking umbrella. Okay. Not understanding that YAHAWASHI through the men of the Lord is preaching and pouring gasoline on the umbrella. So it's
ain't no umbrella no more. That shit gone.
It's gone.
It's just the wires.
It's just some metal things.
It's just gone.
Right. And the Lord said that he would destroy the veil, man. He would destroy that covering veil that is cast over all the nations. But this is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10, and this is how he's done it. It says because it's through the mouth of the prophets. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. So now this guy is exposed, man.
Right.
You're exposed for not being someone who has it all together. Really nothing together, and everything that you have is falling apart. Where everybody thought that you were this white knight, this angel of light, you were kind, you were smart. Now people understand that you're a fool. You even got Asian women. You got these leftist Asian women that'll say that our people are really stupid because they still look up to them, and the average Asian chick could get with this guy because he's simply white, and they still look up to him thinking that he's amazing. This guy is obviously not that intelligent, but it's a simple fact that the
world follows.
Yep, the personification that the world has given him, his narrative, where they look at this man as being God. He's all knowledgeable. He's handsome. Don't you want to be like him?
She's miserable and unpleased.
That's it.
With a little red meat.
That's it. That's
I
it.
get one.
Talking about you not as big as my old boyfriend.
You get more than that?
The Chinese woman said that. That's bad.
There you go.
He got
His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Because the time is coming to where, eventually, you're not going to have anything, man. You're going to be completely bare. Right now, the Lord is bringing down your kingdom, and then he's going to stop it in the residue. Then after that, you're going to go into change. Yeah.
And for the record, the Lord is going to use his servants, man.
That's
I just
it.
want to say that. Fuck you, Esau. All right? Make your move, man. We ain't gathering up no guns and shit. We don't need that.
Don't need it.
But we are going to fuck you up. Now use that sound bite, paint the bad picture, and make your move, bitch.
That's right.
We're going to take this kingdom from you.
That's
Matter of fact,
right.
Get that.
Who
We're
you?
gonna get ready to close it out. Get them last couple brothers hold scripture.
And then I want to hit this one we hit before, but I want to hit in the NLT. This is Job 13:4. As for you, you smear me with lies. As physicians, you are worthless quacks.
Damn.
Quack.
Damn.
Ouch.
That was just so mighty. I just had to.
You say quack?
I read it.
Wait,
As this is the NLT.
This is a no value.
As for you, you smear me with lies. As physicians, you are worthless quacks. If only you could be silent.
I love it.
If only you could be silent. That's the wisest thing you could do.
Hold your tongue.
Yeah, but Esau can't shut up, man.
Oh yeah, hey,
He like a woman.
The
He
lights
just
in
can't
his
shut up.
eyes.
hey, Con, hey, really, because the Lord really set you like that. You, hey, like the scriptures say, does not the power have power over the clay to make one vessel for honor and the other for dishonor?
You the dishonorable.
Hey, look, you ain't doing nothing but what you was programmed to do.
He's been the serpent. The same thing he's been. What is
I
that?
guess.
Romans
Since the
12.
beginning.
I mean, not Romans 12. Revelation 12. It talks about the Romans and it calls them the old serpent, the devil. It's the same people right now.
Yep.
He's
No
being the
other
devil. He got some truth and lies. Knowledge increase. So he got some shit. Second Thessalonians, the second chapter tells you come after the workings of Satan.
I got.
So he got certain miracles. He got certain knowledge. That was the Lord's plan. The Lord put you in a trick bag, man.
That's it.
All right, the people following and eating up this knowledge. You can clearly see all the lies he's telling, but he was right on this. He was right on that.
The Pied Piper.
And ultimately, he's making the least of these people rich, and then the low level motherfuckers, y'all happy y'all get to do y'all wickedness, man.
Yeah. But they're not happy no more.
Yeah.
They all on the internet crying, signing, crying, and complaining.
Y'all drank that wine as long as it made you, happy drunk. But now it's that bitterness. Now that hangover coming, man. Hey, real quick, this is Proverbs.
They choking on the dreads.
Proverbs 23 and 30. They that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine, look not thou upon the wine when it is red.
Ooh.
When it giveth his color in the cup, when it moveth itself aright. And these people, Esau came with a new way, push it to the world, Western medicine.
Drink it up.
Oh wow, my headache went away in 2 minutes instead of 10.
My neck and my back.
Oh, this Esau came with this
My liver.
what is it? Not antibacterial,
Microbial.
No, what you take? Antibiotic.
Yeah.
Oh, Esau. Oh man, this shit went away in 3 days instead of 2 weeks.
Right.
But now, damn, why I got
My liver.
why I got Ray's disease? Why is my liver fucked up?
Right.
That damn aspirin. Meanwhile, okay, the all of oregano and cloves would have took 2 weeks. No side effects.
Right.
Right? But they came with that new wine. That was the problem. Right? And that's just one level. That's just one level, right?
Petroleum based.
Look now, give you fiat currency. Now you in debt. Meanwhile, you could have had silver and gold. Democracy came with this demon rulership. They gave these people a position of power in their mind. That's what democracy is. It's to make the citizens feel powerful.
Feel good.
Meanwhile, which comes with disorder.
That's right.
That's why it's called demon rule, because now it's disorder.
Democracy.
Right, it's bullshit. There needs to be a ruler, there needs to be set laws, and that needs to be order.
It should be.
And then you can have peace, man. Now, Lord's going to bring that, but let me keep going. At the last, it biteth like a serpent, and stinketh like an adder. So now you're getting the poison of that wine, which is, of course, Esau's philosophies, man. Now the world is dealing with the bullshit, the backlash of dealing with this devil. They drank the cup of her wrath and fornication. You got in bed, left all your old ways. Hey, Maccabees go into that. When the people left their old ways, it said Antiochus went to open the treasury and saw that the increase was small because he took away the old laws. Even the heathens, even though they was heathens, they did certain shit that wasn't so far off. When you read about Sarah and Abraham, when he told them that was his sister.
Right.
When he found out, he said, "Why did you make me almost commit this trespass?" Right. The heathen still had a certain level of
He said, "What the
morality?
Fuck?
It wasn't completely wicked yet."
Right.
Esau got in power, took that away, so now the earth don't give us increase.
Don't get
All right, now the citizens are out of order. You got bitches in Iran climbing on top of light poles, twerking.
Yeah.
All right, you got pedos and sodomites all in your lands. The other nations, women out of order. Why? Because she slept Right? The other nations running out of order.
Why did
Just Google
why
it.
did she laugh?
Right, slapping them and shit. Right.
Okay, she slept.
Right. That's madness. That now you're getting the sting of that wine, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
welcome to our world. The way our women been at us.
Confusion.
Democracy.
Yeah. Yeah. Thou shalt be as he that lieth down in the midst of the sea, or as he that lieth down the top of a mast. They have stricken me, thou shalt say, and I was not sick. They have beaten me, and I felt it not. When shall I wake? I will seek it yet again. These people love this shit, man. Esau was lying to them, fucking them over. They depressed, poor, but they get to do their wickedness.
Right. That's why Romans said it. They love to have it so.
Yeah.
Right? Because as long as they get the chance to dip this little stick and play with their debauchery, they okay.
Because you got this side you got them that complain, oh, these women got to be like this. Let's say the Muslims in Arabia. The women got to be like this, XYZ, which they should be. But they mad they not in that order. But then they happy with the way shit is because they get to be sodomites. Women for baby, boy for pleasure.
Right.
This is the saying they have.
Yeah.
So Esau will fuck you over on this side, but because he lets you do this other wickedness, you still cool with it.
Close your eye to the
You
other
niggas
shit.
complain about America and its justice system, yet you still follow every fucking American way.
Right.
You can't take one part, not the other, man.
You got niggas celebrating
Systematic racism. But why you still following the shit he promote and give to you then?
Exactly.
You gotta understand he's fucking you up at some point.
Well, that's the reason why they would say anyone speaking out against it is weird because they don't really want it to stop.
Fucking justice.
Yeah. Anytime you speak facts or any type of truth or true reasoning to anyone outside of this or niggas in the world, they look at this as weird and they say it's weird because they don't really want the shit that they talking about. They even have a discrepancy with to stop.
Well, the problem is that with this truth comes accountability.
There it is.
In
a nutshell.
And Jake don't want to be accountable, and Jake women definitely
Yeah,
don't.
they want to do what the hell they want to do.
So,
and even if Esau got his feet up your ass,
I had
you can do what you want to do.
Issacharite many years ago that I sat down in at the table with, and I actually it was a video. I was trying. It's an old video. It was on Maccabean Spirit, and that video got to be about 11, 12 years old. But I sat down at the table, and I did a whole breakdown with them on history and and the scriptures and all that. And he sat there and he had all these questions, really good questions. It was a good back and forth. And when the camera went off, he sat back. He was leaning forward, like really into it, and he sat back. And he just kind of like, he was like, well, if I, decide to if I do this, if I live my life according to how the Bible says, I claim my Israelite heritage, he said, then I have to change. And I was like, well,
pretty much.
Obviously. and, I didn't say that, but I'm thinking that.
Right.
And he was like, I'm not ready to change. I don't want to give up pork. I don't want to.
Oh, he had
I don't know if I'm ready to give up Christmas. Even though I can see that it's not real, but it's just tradition. And then I was like, and then I was just like,
I know this steak ain't
and I was just looking exactly. I know the steak isn't real.
But it don't taste
but my mind gonna accept
So at that point, I was like, well, you know what?
Fuck it then.
Just go die, nigga.
They just automatic.
I got it. I'm holding it right.
Just go die.
This is Proverbs 12:12. The wicked desireth the net of evil men.
Damn.
But the root of the righteous yieldeth fruit. So they, like brother's been saying, as long as they can do what the fuck they want to do, they can know they getting fucked up.
Living their life
They
like
can
it's
know,
golden.
right? They can live their life like it's golden, man.
Well, the scripture says this is the condemnation that light has come into the world, but men love darkness rather than light because their deeds are evil. And they love to soothe their flesh with those particular deeds that they like to do. You see? But those who love the light, we have to cut off those wicked deeds. We have to purge, all those things.
Condemn myself when we see ourselves doing that.
That's it. Because it's all things
really
that
fear the Lord.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to turn from things. Like it's a real easy thing not to just put your lips on some bacon. They got turkey bacon, and beef bacon.
They
You
got
don't
some.
have to eat. You don't have to eat pork bacon.
Searching for the lamb.
Yeah, I haven't had this lamb bacon yet, but I sure would like to try it.
Yes.
Lamb bacon.
Look,
Damn it.
they got some turkey bacon out of Walmart.
Chicken
Lamb
bacon.
though.
Oh, eat
This is
chicken.
Jeremiah
That
5
shit
and
fire.
31. 30. A
Chicken.
wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, and my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof? And what you're gonna do if you don't repent is die.
That's right.
All right.
A horrible
And that's
death.
what I told him. I'm trying to remember the dude's name, man. But but you know, after he was gone, you know, I was like, man, just you know, I was talking to the people who invited me, and I was like, he just go die. That's exactly what's gonna happen to him. And I told him that it's gonna be worse for him because he actually heard the gospel and he even believed it.
Yep.
He acknowledged it.
He acknowledged it. You know, it was just too much history. So he's like,
He
damn.
said,
I always had that question, but
That's like
That goes into Romans 1:32. Who
You know?
knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. All right, we have to just understand 2/3 want death, and they're going to get exactly what they want.
They want their death style.
They're 2/3. They want that death style. Because the difference between the 1/3 and the 2/3 is that we want salvation. So we're repenting. We're clearing ourselves. We're presenting our bodies in sacrifices. We're doing whatever. We're throwing ourselves at the mercy seat of the Lord, and then just holding up to just hoping and expecting that the Lord's going to forgive us.
Hey, trying to miss that fire, man. Don't want to come back and have to stand in that shit.
Right.
Hey, well, I broke it down to the nigga woman that I was dealing with. Yeah, right. But man, it's just for the simple edification of the lesson because yeah, I know, right? But here it is. All right, you're because it says it in the Romans 8. It says, what shall separate us from the Lord? The love of the YAHAWASHI, man. Shall show tribulation, angels, basically nothing. You know, we'll go through all that and nothing can separate us, man. Well, likewise, I was breaking down, well, motherfucker, you like eating Popeyes, and that shit makes you sick every time you get it. So, you like doing it. It's good, though, because you love it. It's not because it's good, because ain't shit good about it.
Yeah.
You eat the shit because you love it, and you go right back to it no matter how it makes
you hooked on those damn chemicals, because it's all full of chemicals. But go ahead and bring out your scripture.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2, and I'm going to start at
Like
7.
that, Daniel?
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, and only who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way, which Esau got his last is being exposed, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and destroyed with the brightness of his coming, which he using the men of the Lord to doing that right now. Even him whoso cometh is after the workers of Satan, with all powers and sign and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might believe that they might be saved. And that's the 2/3, because they are rather listen to these lies and don't want to hear the truth. And for this cause the Most High Power should send them strong delusions, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasures in unrighteousness. And all these people have pleasures in unrighteousness. They don't care about the truth. So you could tell somebody in there, they'll receive it like, yeah, you telling the truth, but I still want to be a nigga. You know? Like, that's just what it is.
Right, they gonna talk. Crack open that bag of pork rinds and light up that blunt.
Hey, but this blunt hit my lungs, right? So shit, I've been using
Hey,
this.
check this out. Salami. I'm about to say, hey, the thing is, these guys got to be in their lots in the end of days, man. All right, they're gonna be the 2/3 no matter how much you bring it to them, man.
Right.
So it's like they acting like that. It's like, all right, cool. After 1 or 2,
But hey, like Malcolm has been saying for years, to watch them act like that, make our chances that much greater.
Hey, hey, you gotta elect in righteousness and you gotta elect in wickedness, you know.
Exactly.
Hey,
That's it.
hey, yeah, but I got one real quick. It's Isaiah 30:10. Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Right? So, hey, because for one, this truth is raining on your parade. It's raining on your funky good time.
And that's
you know.
I heard an Edomite tell me that years ago. The reason why they didn't want to hear any truth because they didn't want to feel the condemnation that comes along with
I had a
hearing
nigga
the
tell me that too.
They said it's like, no, I don't want to feel, but I don't want my conscience to bother me. I don't want to hear that now because now I'm going to feel condemned doing my wickedness.
Cipher. You should.
Yes.
That's like the character from someone was talking about
The
that
Matrix.
earlier.
It's like crack cocaine.
Cipher. He didn't want to. Like you said, I know this steak isn't real.
Right, right. Hey, that's like that guy that came up with that hat, like, what, 12 years ago? Hey, let me get this 50 stacks and I'll be back.
Yeah.
It was 30. So we get $30,000.
Yeah, 30,000. Let me get the 30 stacks and I'll be back.
Yeah, man. But it's like crack cocaine to these people, man. They it's like a drug, man. They can't get enough of it. No matter how much you do this to this flesh, you could never please it. That's why we got to get the hell up out of these bodies because this flesh is fucking evil. And they just they're gonna keep being wicked, man.
And it's weak. Right? This flesh is very weak too.
They did a study. They said the study. They said people that read nonfiction really fucks up their mind and shit.
That reads nonfiction?
Yep, which is lies.
Yeah, so
yeah, because they'll be the most bugged out people.
You mean fiction, right?
I mean, Salak.
No, I know what he meant. He meant fiction.
Salak, I mean fiction. Yeah, they said people that read fiction, they brains fucked up.
In the world of fantasy, yeah.
That's
what romance means. The word romance, when I looked it up, it said fantasy. That's what they. I want
they paint that fantasy.
They like the shit.
It makes sense.
They engage in fantasies, and the majority of these people in this world they do that, man.
Romance means the fantasy, and then you got a romance language, which is the language of the people who are wicked. The romance language is language of Edom.
That's right. All the romantic languages are the so-called English, the Spanish, the French, all those so-called Edomite languages, man.
It all boils down to, as I mentioned earlier, the fear of the Lord.
Yep.
You know, it says created with the faithful in the womb. Matthias said these people received this thing, but the thing is, it wasn't mixed with faith. And that's really what it boils down to. That's what Rahab was saying.
And they think they have time. You know, like a couple friends of mine that came up with me who, you know, some of the brothers met one of them. We used to bring his son to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And you know, and I love him like a brother, man. But he never scoffed. He just was like, he still thinks that all this is, we're gonna be dead and gone when all this happens. Right. He thinks right, exactly. That's it. He has no faith. He's like, man, come on, man, bro.
You can't count the time.
You ain't gonna be around when all that happens.
You can't count the time.
So what would you want? But what he don't realize though, you know, I pray that he wake up, man, because you know the doors ain't closed yet, but time is getting short.
Quick though.
So you ain't, you know, it ain't no time left, man. Time, you know.
Hey, that's like Will Smith trying to get up out the motherfucking so-called mothership. Trying to get up out of there. These motherfuckers, boy, they gonna get themselves caught up behind this shit.
Real quick, this is Hebrews 4:2. It says, "For unto us was the gospel preached as well as unto them," because it's going throughout the four corners of the earth. What does it say? Were they not heard? It says, "But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it."
That's it.
Get that Daniel 7 in.
I got Daniel.
You got it, brother?
Yes, sir.
Right, we're going to wrap with that one, brother.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Yeah, so get ready. You know, Esau, Edom, the heathen. You know, get ready because that's what's about to happen, man. The saints of the Most High. We ain't asking for shit. We about to take the kingdom.
God, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, so with that, we're gonna give all praises going on to
Yahawah Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
Kwam
Yasharallah.
And
go marching.